Hey, cringe, what's up? It's the Culture Detective here investigating your favorite albums. And today I'm going to do an album review on the latest Justin Bieber album, Changes. So, yeah, Justin Bieber, he's back. And, yeah, controversial Canadian pop singer, songwriter who started off being famous on YouTube, dropped the song Baby, became one of the most disliked songs on YouTube. Actually, still the most disliked, right? Still the most disliked song on YouTube. I don't think it's the worst song ever, but it's not good either. And now he's back after 5 years of not dropping any albums. He's back with a new album, Changes. And I know at this point hating on Justin Bieber is really cliche already, but there are more than one reasons to dislike the guy. I mean, the guy did a lot of things that he shouldn't have done, and I don't even want to name a few on this video, but you guys already know what incidents am I talking about. So I'm going to separate the art from the artist and just look at the music itself. And since the album title is called Changes, I expected some musical change up for Justin Bieber's music. And instead, we essentially get a set of tracks that are basically a more updated version of Justin Bieber's old music. In that, lyric wise and musically speaking, Justin Bieber's music didn't really change all that much. And the only change that I see on this album is that musically, instrumentally, it's more updated, more trap beats, more moody R&B instrumentals, and that's pretty much all the changes that you're gonna expect going into this album. So, I don't wanna talk too much about the music on this album. I'm gonna keep it slightly brief here, but essentially there are three types, and only three types of songs on this album. One type is basically low-key trap beat on top of a moody, bland R&B instrumental with Justin Bieber sort of singing very softly on top. The second type is the features type, meaning that all the songs on this album that has a feature is going to sound exactly the same, with the punchy, clicky keyboards and the very boring, lifeless performances. And then we have the third type of song, which only appears in the last leg of the album, and they are the guitar ballads, which are not as bad as the first two types, but still not that great either. So, before I talk about the bad stuff on this album, I'll talk about good stuff on the album. Two songs that I think are better than other tracks on the album. We have the album opener, All Around Me, which I don't think is a great song, but it's still relatively better than other tracks on the album. It's essentially a very humble guitar opening. The guitars are very light. It is laid very clearly and smoothly on top of this ambient, ethereal instrumental, and the singing is more expressive and more emotional and more passionate than on other tracks. Pretty much the same applies for the track That's What Love Is, with the very humbling guitars, emotional performances, and the guitars itself being sweeter and smoother. But every single other song on the entire album, other than these two, either is annoying and repetitive or is bland and lifeless. Again, in the last leg of the album, we essentially get 4 or 5 guitar ballads that are slower, quieter, more spotlight on his vocals than the instrumentals. And one of these songs is that What's Love Is, but then we have other songs like ETA, Confirmation, at least for now, and Changes, again, the title track. and they sound very, very similar to the track That's What Love Is, except it doesn't quite go there performance wise and music wise. In fact, for tracks like Confirmation, and at least for now, the instrumentals are still very shallow and generic. And we have the title track on this leg, which is still a very boring and half-hearted ballad. The chorus is basically, though I've been going through changes, don't think don't you think I have changed? Which I guess Justin Bieber is trying to talk about himself, but really, this applies to his music as well because even though his music has gone through changes, like, a trap beat slapped on top, it doesn't mean that it's actually changed. And then we have tracks like Habitual, Come Around Me, Available, and Take It Out on Me. And these tracks are the boring, bland, lifeless, soulless, trap infused R&B songs, especially on the track Take It Out on Me, which is very patronizing song. Lyrics about Justin Bieber's relationship with his girlfriend Hailey Baldwin, and we have lyrics like I'll be your punching bag, hit me with all your might, and take it all out on me, which is overly patronizing in my opinion. We even have songs like Intention featuring Quavo, which also has questionable lyrics. Uh, of course, Quavo's performance here is, just alright. Actually, not even alright. It's just meh. It's just as expected. But then we have very patronizing lyrics like, You're picture perfect, you don't need no filter, I shower you with all my attention, and you stay in the kitchen cutting bread. Shout out to your mom and dad for making you. Standing ovation. They did a great job raising you. Ah. And Intentions is one of the 5 feature songs on the entire album. Another one of them is Get Me featuring Kalani, one of the lead-up singles to the album, and I have no idea why would Justin Bieber choose this as a lead-up single, given that this single is incredibly bland and drab. There literally is no instrumental on this thing. It's so minimal, it's nearly non-existent. And Kalani doesn't really add anything vocally or lyrically to the track either. Second Emotion features Travis Scott, and once again we get those punchy, clicky keyboards, but Travis Scott's feature here is easily his worst feature ever. Basically, he barely raps. He doesn't even rap on this track. He just rambles on, rants on, occasionally stopping and pausing for no good reason whatsoever. And it just sounds incredibly awkward, and it makes the track even worse. We have the track Forever featuring Post Malone and Clever, and we have tedious hooks like Forever, Ever, Ever. And Post Malone's performance here is not good. He basically auto-tune croons his whole verse, even though his verse isn't even all that much on the track. And we also have the song Running Over, which again, vocally, lyrically, instrumentally, are just under average. But then we have Lil Dicky's verses, which are just annoying. Lil Dicky's performances here is just very obnoxious, and I can't take the guy seriously. Even though Lil Dicky tries really hard on this track to sound very serious and very professional, but with his very try-hard flows and try-hard deliveries, I can't really take him all that seriously either. And apparently, I don't know if it's true or not, but Justin Bieber swapped Ski Mask, the Slump God, with Lil Dicky on this track, so I don't understand why would Justin Bieber think that Lil Dicky is a better rapper than Ski Mask, the Slump God, and that Lil Dicky would provide more onto his track than Ski Mask. But I digress. Anyways, Of course, I have to talk about the crown jewel on this entire album, the single "Yummy," which which um which is of course terrible, and I think everybody in this world, other than my mom, realized that yep, this song it's garbage, it's trash. Let's move on. Um, because let's get the obvious out there. Lyrically, this song is god awful. Yeah, she got the yummy yum, that yummy yum, that yummy yummy, that yummy yummy, and that's the entire song. Uh, which is of course incredibly repetitive and tedious, and the instrumentals aren't really all that great either. Basically, Justin Bieber is on autopilot singing over a bunch of bland trap beats on top of an nearly ambient R&B instrumental. The flows are incredibly awkward, especially when Justin Bieber tries these flows. Yummy, yeah, yummy, yummy, no. It just makes Justin Bieber sound more like a moron than ever on the entire track list. And I guess the worst thing about the song, well, the second worst thing, well, actually the third worst thing, is the music video. This song is about Justin Bieber's girlfriend, how she has the yummy yum, very family friendly album. I know. And we have the music video where Justin Bieber sort of sits in this restaurant having dishes, and he's singing, oh, it has the yummy yum, and these dishes are basically pea jello and dead fish, and I don't understand why would Justin Bieber say that these dishes are the yummy yum. And then we have the promotional material for the song, which is even more confusing because we get a bunch of baby pictures and it says #yummy. I don't know what's with Justin Bieber and babies, but I don't think it's the pictures of babies and the word yummy. I don't really correlate these two. And what's worst is how Justin Bieber tries to force his fans to stream the song Yummy nonstop because he wants to be the number one spot on Billboard once again, as if he doesn't have enough Billboard number one songs already. And to do that, he told his fans to listen to the song but mute their devices while they're sleeping. That's how far Justin Bieber would go to tell his fans to stream the song. That's how far. And not only on Spotify, but on iTunes as well. And what's funny is that on the Instagram post where he told his fans to stream the song nonstop and cheat the system, it's not even a post made by his team. It's actually a post made by one of his Instagram fan accounts, but I guess he just took it and and posted it on his own account. And of course, there are spelling mistakes in that post as well. And ultimately, him doing this is basically him admitting that, yeah, I get it. Yummy is not really that good of a song, but still stream it anyways, because, I'm telling you to do that. So, of course, you need to follow my instructions. So, yeah, overall, this is not a good album. Not good. And while there are tracks on this thing that I enjoy relatively more than others, even though I don't think they are all that great, but still, this album turns out to be incredibly bland, lifeless, uninspired, and also tedious and repetitive and mind-numbingly repetitive, actually. So, yeah, my favorite track here is All Around Me, and my least favorite is Yummy. I am giving Justin Bieber's Changes a 3 out of 10. So, if you listen to the new Justin Bieber album from 1 to 10, how much you rate it, like it, and subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching. Salute.